Hello, my name is Valerie Jaques. I'm here today to share with you a pilot project called Red Heart, an empowerment program on financial literacy for survivors of domestic violence in Malaysia. But first, let me tell you a little about myself. I hold a PhD in clinical psychology and have been working for more than 30 years in Malaysia with assignments in the Southeast Asian region. My work requires critical analysis in psychological assessments and therapeutic interventions using creative approaches in human development. I started my practice in 1998. My company is called Integrated Psychology Network, and it is based in Petaling Jaya in the state of Selangor in Malaysia. You can read more about this at my company website at www.i-psychnet.com. As the focus of today's topic is surrounding the area of philosophy and social action, I thought I'd share with you about my exposure in the area of women empowerment issues. I have been part of the women's movement in Malaysia since the mid-1990s. I was invited as a resource in the development of feminist counseling by the Asia Pacific Forum on Women, Law and Development, APWLD, in 1998 and 1999. Over the years, I have also guest lectured on gender diversity and gender-based violence, with a focus on domestic violence, rape, sexual harassment, and childhood sexual abuse at both local and private universities in Malaysia. I have also been using art as a therapeutic tool in both individual and group therapy for about 23 years, and I have found so much depth in healing through the use of visual art, sand work, clay, music, and movement therapy. At the forum organized by GLOW in October 2019, I shared on a Malaysian experience of art as a therapeutic tool for growth of the individual and prevention of mental disability. I have been involved as a volunteer in various NGOs and religious-based organizations, providing support to a variety of beneficiaries through creative therapies, talks, and training of para-counselors. My latest project is on financial literacy for survivors of domestic violence, and the project is called the Red Heart Project. I'm sharing with you today about this project, but before that, let me begin by sharing a little update on the use of creative therapy since the last forum. When COVID-19 pandemic started, many people could not seek support in person. Many individuals experienced more stress, anxiety, and depression living at home with the fear of COVID and the change in lifestyle and work from home. By 2021, most people were familiar with online experiences. During this time, I was involved in a joint venture with an art school and a project management community. Together, we brought art and expression via online learning for stress management for IT project managers and with understanding the psychology of associations through art expression. Here are some pictures of the online session. Everyone had the camera on their artwork to share what they were doing in following the art teacher. This initiative was a win-win, where the art school was able to have work while helping those in project management working from home with stress management. So towards the end of 2019, the Red Heart was the Red Heart program was an idea shared with me by a woman who wanted to help other survivors of domestic violence, especially those who are trapped by financial and economic challenges. There were many other initiatives by the government of Malaysia and NGOs that were supporting lower income families, but there was nothing uniquely being done for this target group of survivors of domestic violence. So, what attracted me to this brilliant idea was that it would empower so many people at various levels. However, it has proven to be challenging right from the start, from recruitment to placement. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the background to Red Heart. The color red is used as it signifies courage. And courage comes from the Latin word cor, meaning heart. So the term red heart was coined to signify the heart of courage, which aptly describes women who have not only survived abuse, but also who display tremendous bravery in venturing into the unfamiliar to build a safe and secure life for themselves and their children. So this program, the Red Heart program, is for women survivors of abuse only. Why is that so? It is mainly for two reasons. Many women suffer not just from financial hardship, but also mental and emotional trauma. They have limited opportunities to support themselves and their children, often resulting in lower socioeconomic status. They especially need programs that focus on them. Another reason the program is that the program aims to spread much needed awareness of domestic violence via the professional and entrepreneur volunteers platform. So what then is the Red Heart program? Most survivors of domestic violence experience financial abuse coupled with physical, emotional, and psychological abuse. As such, the focus of this program was to empower these women to become financially and economically self-sufficient, to be free from the dynamic of such violence. The concept was to partner with corporate social responsibility functions in financial organizations such as banks, investment companies, and audit firms that have employees with knowledge, skills, and abilities in financial literacy that could help the beneficiaries to upgrade themselves and match their skills, experiences, and needs with work opportunities. This would slowly maximize their chances of economic independence and free them from being tied and financially dependent in their relationships. Now, my company has been the main platform where I am a part of a team of 3 women who coordinate with the different organizations. My main role is to provide basic counseling support to the women who we call the clients and who are identified and referred by the Women's Partner NGO, as this gives them an avenue to speak freely about their experiences while going through the process. I also provide awareness training or awareness of domestic violence in training and the sensitivity training to the corporate volunteers, who then will take time to learn more about the issue of violence against women. The other two women in the project focus on coordination with the volunteers from corporate financial institutions, as well as inviting businesses to come on board to support the women who are identified through this program. This approach offers benefit not just to the women with abuse in their lives, but also to the corporate volunteers to be aware of and sensitive to the others, which empowers them to be more human in their approach to the corporate environment. Now, these are the service providers who receive the sensitivity training, awareness training, and they collaborate then with the partner NGOs, with the three of us ladies, and champion to share information on financial literacy with the women and assist in interviewing and putting together their resumes to help them identify their needs, skills, knowledge, areas where they are able, interested in, and partner them together with the service providers or entrepreneurs and businesses. Now, what would be the main role of the volunteers, meaning the service providers? The volunteers' role is mainly in interviewing the women to help them prepare their resumes for the needs identification, as well as job search opportunities. They also assist in job matching and coordination with potential employers, entrepreneurs, as well as referring to the financial institution for financial literacy, skills training, and upgrading. With the added training bringing awareness of domestic violence issues and how to relate with survivors, the volunteers get further insight and experience, widening their perspectives of relationship in developing sensitivity towards the beneficiary. Now, what do the businesses and entrepreneurs do? What is their role? They are engaged to participate in this project with opportunities for social selling, sales, online platforms, cottage industries and outsourced skill-based opportunities, hair and beauty grooming, and various job opportunities to match the women's skills and abilities in a wide array of organizations, such as bookstores, retail, fashion, and more that we are still reaching out to. What then is the auditor's role? The auditor's role is to assist in training and coaching the women on financial and digital literacy education. And it covers the following topics: monthly budgeting, smart spending and smart shopping, savings, the importance and how to save, online banking and safe banking, which is how to detect scams, credit cards, debit cards, e-wallets, housing, car, personal loans, eligibility for available economic relief, and how to apply for state or government grants and free cash, banking and insurance, and personal tax. Now, the empowerment is multi-directional. So not only are the women beneficiaries empowered to be financially more stable and better provide for themselves and their children, but the volunteers too are empowered in being more aware of the issue and learn how to relate better with women. They also get to develop skills in human relationship much more than the cold financial world has to offer. It will make them more sensitive leaders to their employees and openness to understanding the human dynamics around working relationships. And they do this by undergoing a sensitivity training, which covers the following topics on rapport building, respect, boundaries, handling emotions, validation, and self-awareness and self-care. Now, what are the latest developments in this project, which launched in April this year, 2022, after much struggling between October of 2019 till 2022. So the latest developments are, we identified 10 women, and out of the 10 women in the pilot project, 50% have completed their interviews, received ongoing counseling support, matched with the auditors for financial literacy training, which is an ongoing, and even resumes have been developed and sent out to the businesses based on the matching done by the volunteers together with the beneficiaries who are now waiting for offers. Currently, a review is being conducted on all the platforms and a new batch is being sourced by the Women's NGO. Then the process will begin with this new group of people. Now, the long-term plan in terms of this project is for the women to come back and help other women in need, and therefore being empowered. So finally, in the words of the poet Khalil Gibran, poet and philosopher, he says, "Tenderness and kindness are not signs of weakness and despair, but manifestations of strength and resolution." Thank you.